Brian here today, Kuyu South. We had a lot of rain yesterday down here. Don't know if we're going to be able to get any tractor work done on the farm, but we've we'll go down at least fill some feeders up. I've got one feeder y'all saw in one of the other videos where the hogs have done a lot of damage, so we're going probably going to try to hook a little something up to that feeder and move it out of the mud. You'll see that here shortly. If it's not too wet, we're going to try to do a little bush hogging, but I'm afraid we're not going to get to do that today, so hang on, we'll be right back. It looks like it's going to be too wet today to do any kind of tractor work. That rain yesterday really got us. It's really too wet to get the tractor out there and run up the roads. We can do that later. It won't be long, it'll be so dry you're begging for rain. So we're just going to go down here and fill these feeders up, see if the hogs have been hitting them again. Jason's been getting pictures of a big hog at one of these feeders, so we're going to see if it's been back. And also got to move that feeder I mentioned earlier out of the mud hole that they dug up over around it, so they can get to the corn a little better. So we made it in. There's been a lot of activity around this feeder. I think the hogs, Jason and them been trying to catch, have been in here. And I'm gonna get the camera in a minute and show you where they've been hitting the minerals that we put out. If you remember, go back to, I think it was Growing Big Deer Part 2. You'll see where we put out a mineral site, and hogs and the deer really got it rooted up pretty big right now. So we're gonna put a little bit in this feeder. It seems to be lasting a long time at the rate we're feeding. Go ahead and put a little bit in it. I'm just going to put a couple of bags in this one. It's still got a good bit in it. Probably need to leave this feeder alone. It's got plenty of feed in it to last for a long time. I'll show y'all something here. I don't know if you watch old Cotton Top over there. Tim got him a new knife the other day from Reed's Custom Cowboy Knives. You can see this one here. That's what we use every day too. You can check him out on Facebook. One of the highest quality, best built knives I've seen here, but you can check him out, and I'll put some information about the knife in the description of the video. But you'll see us using these knives. Jason carries one too, so I thought there'd be a little something that somebody might be interested in. Got the camera there and show you a little bit. You can see the hogs and the deer really got this beat down around here. Don't have a lot of hog pictures, but we do have one big one that's coming in here. The deer here. I'll show you this mineral site we just picked up. I don't know how well you can see it, but we started this, I guess, a month to 6 weeks ago. And you can see the deer have actually pawed it down, made a hole in the ground. I think the hogs are probably doing it too, but you can tell that they really like what's in there. There's no telling this will continue to grow. I may need to freshen it up next time we come in here, but glad to see glad to see they're using it, because they use it when they need it. I'm gonna go back over here and check this other feeder and get it moved out of a mud hole. Made it over to this other feeder. Y'all can see since the last video, I think it was a video called Hog Damage, the hogs are squaring this spot out. They're spending a little time in here rooting, and you can see around the wood line here, and just rooting and digging everywhere. This is why Jason stays on them about running them dogs and getting them out of here. They just tear everything up. I'm gonna hook a chain to this feeder and move it out of the mud. It's just deer, the deer just can't get in here. It just slings all the corn out in the mud. It makes it hard for them to get, and it's just a waste. So hang on a minute, I'm gonna hook up a chain and slide this thing back to another spot. I'll show you right quick too. This is one of the fields we planted sawtooth oaks in earlier in the year. You can go back and watch some of the other videos about that. But another thing we're gonna do here a little later, we're gonna put a Ranch King deer blind up right over here in this corner right here. That's something we'll do in another video. It'll be pretty interesting. We'll use one of the John Deere tractors to do that. And I think you'll like that. We probably get some good hunting footage out of this field later in the year. So hang on, we're gonna hook up a trailer to this thing, move this feeder. We got that feeder moved. You see how easy it was to drag that feeder over, and it's got corn in it too. So these just another good example of just how well built these HB Products feeders are. They most feeders that stand up on legs, you'd have had to empty it, lay it over on its side, move. This one we just got not a lot of corn in it, but I'm gonna fill it up. You really see the quality in these feeders. I don't know of any other ones on the market you can just hook up to a chain like that and drag them without tearing them up. So you can look over here and see the damage these hogs are doing to this field. This is why you can see why these farmers don't want them in their pastures or anything else. Just look how much they've dug down around that feeder there. And that hadn't been but about a month to 6 weeks. So we're getting here pretty soon to run these hogs off. They're gonna eat all the corn up and tear up the fields too. So in just a minute I'm gonna go ahead and fill this feeder up. All right, we got this one filled up. I could have put one more bag in, but I ran out of corn, so we're gonna go back to the barn here and clean this machine up. Got a little muddy today, but you'll see maybe these deer and hogs can get to this corn a little better now. Get it away from that mud hole over there. So we'll check it back in we'll try to stay out of here. Don't disturb it too much. We'll check it back in a couple of weeks, and maybe need to go ahead and put a camera up here too so we can try to figure out when the hogs are coming in. But appreciate y'all watching, and we headed back to the barn.